Stop scrolling. What if I told you that the massive, intimidating wall of needing a computer science degree to build real, sellable software is, well, it's completely gone, just erased. In 2026, you absolutely don't need a 4-year degree, and you don't need to hire some wildly expensive developer. You just need a clear idea, a weekend, and the ability to describe what you want in plain English. Today, we're breaking down the complete 2026 playbook for building and selling software with AI. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a concrete 7-day action plan to actually ship your first build.
Okay, let's dive into this. $80 million. This isn't theoretical, guys. That is the staggering, real-world story of a solo founder who used AI-assisted development to scale a product to 300,000 users in just 6 months, and then exited for $80 million. This capability has crossed a very real threshold, and people with serious money on the line are placing massive bets on it.
But look, it's not just about these unicorn startup exits. The most empowering fact here is that absolutely no coding degree is needed. Like, zero. Right now, there is another solo builder out there quietly making roughly $20,000 a month, selling products built this exact same way. The barrier at entry has completely flipped on its head. The industry is calling this vibe coding. It's literally describing what you want in plain English and just letting the AI write the entire back-end, front-end, and database, the whole shebang. The term was actually coined by Andre Karpathy, the former head of AI at Tesla, back in 2025. And it caught on so fast that today, a massive 25% of Y Combinator startups, literally the most closely watched startup cohorts in the world, are already building their products mostly with AI-generated code.
And you can see just how fast this entire economy is exploding. I mean, we're looking at a market that hit $4.7 billion in 2026 and is projected to completely skyrocket to $12.3 billion next year. But here's the real kicker. 63% of the active users on these platforms are non-developers. These are everyday people who literally could not build software at all just 18 months ago. Section 1. The honest reality check. Let's look at the genuine limits of vibe coding.
We have to drop the hype for a second because I want you to actually succeed here. So the crucial point is even the creator of the term, Andre Karpathy, admits that it mostly works. Vibe-coded apps can get a little messy. When an AI layers dozens of iterations on top of each other, it accumulates technical debt. And let me tell you, trying to debug code that you described but never actually read, that's going to give you a massive headache. Maintainability is a real challenge for sure. Which brings us to a massive pro tip for your own projects. You've got to match the tool to the stakes. If you're building a weekend landing page or a quick internal dashboard for a local business, this technology is absolutely perfect. But if you are building software that handles real customer payments or highly sensitive data, that requires extreme caution, extensive testing, and actual human review.
Section 2. The 5 paths to income. Documented ways to earn. So, what are those exact documented paths? Let's walk through them. Path 1, freelance builds. This is your fastest path to cash, though it does have the lowest ceiling since you're ultimately trading time for money. On the flip side, you have path 3, micro-SaaS. Building a subscription app is definitely the slowest path to your first dollar, but it has a massive recurring ceiling. Or maybe you want path 4, building templates and kits to sell on marketplaces for largely passive income.
Let me ground path 2, AI agents, with a very specific real-world anecdote from our source material. There's a builder right now targeting dental offices. They're charging exactly $3,000 in setup fees to build appointment booking bots, plus an additional $300 a month just for maintenance. Just 8 clients at that rate is a full-time income, built entirely with AI. Crazy, right? But wait, before you rush off to build, you really need to answer 5 crucial questions. First, how technical are you? Honestly, what are you actually building? Are you self-hosting it or having it handled? Is this a one-off client or a maintained product? And what is your budget? Be brutally honest with yourself here. Picking a highly technical developer tool when you have zero coding background is literally the single most common reason beginners get frustrated and quit in week 1. Section 3. Picking your AI tool. The 5 contenders. All right, let's rapidly fire through the top 5 tools on the market right now so you can pick your weapon. Complete first-timer, Lovable is your chat-based zero-code go-to. Need the absolute fastest idea to demo? You want Bolt right in your browser. Want everything? Hosting, database, all of it in one place? Replit is fantastic. Now, if you already have some coding knowledge and want to fly, Cursor is the power user pick. And for large, complex code bases, Claude Code is the heavy hitter for terminal users. And this brilliantly illustrates the opposite ends of the spectrum. Lovable provides this pure chat-based beginner environment where you just talk to the AI, literally no code required. Meanwhile, Cursor gives you a lightning-fast power user setup that acts as a full native code editor, which is honestly much better if you already have some coding comfort. Section 4. Concrete first projects. How to avoid blank pages. Now that you have a tool, you can't just sit there staring at an empty prompt box. Blank page paralysis is a real momentum killer. So pick just one of these ideas right now. Don't go building some massive platform. If you're freelancing, just build a simple landing page with an embedded quote tool for a local contractor. That takes maybe a weekend to build, and you can bill up to $800 for it. If you want a micro-SaaS, build a narrow calculator for a very specific underserved audience. Pick one and only one. Section 5, the first client playbook. How to get paid. Look, building the software is genuinely the easy half now. To actually get paid, you need to deliver real value. Watch how local businesses work in person before you build anything for them. See their pain points. Then build a finished working example before you even pitch it. Showing beats telling every single time. Also, please use a simple one-page agreement outlining scope, price, and ownership. That alone prevents the most painful disputes between new builders and clients. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the psychology for growth. It all comes down to one golden question. Ask early clients, do you know anyone else who has the same problem? When you do that, you tap into their network. Referred clients close significantly faster and haggle way less than any cold outreach you will ever do. It's a total game changer. You also absolutely need to avoid some common traps. Never pick a tool before you pick a project. Never price by the hour when you're delivering massive value in a short amount of time. And whatever you do, please stop building broad. A tool built for all small businesses is going to get 0 customers. But a tool built specifically for veterinary clinic appointment reminders, that gets 10 paying customers immediately. Section 6, the 7-day action plan. Ship this weekend. Let's move to and see how this builds. You know the tools, the paths, and the traps. So here is your step-by-step roadmap. Days 1 to 3, pick your tool, your income path, and your hyper-specific project. Days 4 and 5, execute a single, focused weekend push to build it. Day 6, put that finished build in front of 3 real potential clients. And day 7, make your pitch and ask for the sale. Do not wait around. Push through the weekend and just make it happen. Because at the end of the day, everybody has access to these AI tools now. The software itself isn't what makes you profitable. What actually separates the builder making $600 a month from the one making $20,000 a month is specificity. It's finding a real, highly narrow problem for a specific audience and solving it incredibly well. The wall of code is totally gone. The opportunity is sitting right in front of you, and you now have the entire playbook. So, out of the 5 income paths we just covered, which path are you picking? Comment below.